For decades, America made a promise. America first. The idea was simple. Before any war, before any ally, before anything else, the American people come first. But in the spring of 2026, something happened that made millions of Americans stop and ask, was that promise ever real? Because today, the United States is 25 days into a war that nobody voted for, a war that is costing $200 billion, a war that is burning a hole in every American's pocket. And for the first time, the people who believed in that promise the most are the ones feeling the most betrayed. On the 28th of February 2026, America and Israel launched a military campaign against Iran. 25 days later, the world is still burning. It was sudden, it was massive, and it was not put to a vote. No Congress approval, no public debate, no warning. Within hours, the Middle East was on fire. Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway that carries 20% of the world's oil. And almost immediately, Americans felt it. Not in a news headline, not on a television screen, but at the gas station, at the grocery store, in their monthly bills. The war had come home, and it had come home fast. Gas prices in the United States rose 29% in just 25 days, one of the fastest price spikes ever recorded in American history. Families who were already struggling were now struggling harder. People who drove to work every morning were now doing the math. Can I afford to fill my tank? Can I afford to feed my family? And across America, a quiet anger began to build. In Pennsylvania, in Ohio, in Texas, in the very towns and cities that had voted for change, people were asking the same question. We were promised America first, so why does this feel like America last? Then came the number that shocked the nation, $200 billion. That is what the Trump administration went to Congress asking for, to fund the ongoing war in Iran. $200 billion. To put that into perspective, that is enough to fix every broken road and bridge in America. That is enough to give health care to millions of uninsured Americans. That is enough to wipe out student debt for an entire generation. But instead, it was being asked for a war in the Middle East, a war that America did not plan for, a war that America did not vote for. And when that number reached Capitol Hill, even Trump's closest allies went silent. What happened next, nobody expected. Congress pushed back. Not the Democrats, not the opposition, but Trump's own party, his own people. Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, one of Trump's most loyal supporters, stood up and said, "I am a flat no. I have people in Colorado who cannot afford to live. We need America First policies right now." She was not alone. Republican leaders on Capitol Hill admitted quietly they did not have the votes, even within their own party. For the first time, the man who built his entire movement on the idea of America First was being told by his own movement, this is not America First. This is something else entirely. And then the resignations began. Trump's own director of counterterrorism, Joe Kent, a man Trump himself had appointed, walked away. In his resignation letter, he wrote, Iran posed no imminent threat to the United States. He went further. He alleged that Israeli officials and American media figures had worked together to push America into this war, a war that was not America's war to fight. From inside the White House, the story was falling apart. In public hearings, administration officials could not back up Trump's claims about Iran. And when Trump was asked directly, "Did you know about Israel's strikes before they happened?" he said no. But his own sources said otherwise. The promise of America First was beginning to look like a broken one. So here is the question that millions of Americans are now asking. Who is this war really for? Not for the family paying double at the gas pump, not for the veteran who was promised his country would stop fighting foreign wars, Not for the young people who will spend decades paying off $200 billion of debt. History has seen this before. Great nations that stretched themselves too far, that fought too many wars, that forgot who they were fighting for. And every time, it was ordinary people who paid the price. The question is not whether America is strong enough to fight this war. The question is, should it have started in the first place? The war continues, the bills keep rising, and the promise of America first hangs in the air, unanswered. If this documentary made you think, share it with someone who needs to see it, because the people affected by this war are not just in the Middle East, they are right next door.